We have the opportunity now to meet with Esther Ludlow, who's the owner of Real Families Coaching. Esther, welcome.
Hi, thank you.
Now, tell me, what is Real Families Coaching?
Coaching, Real Families Coaching, I started here about 4 years ago. And what I do is I work with families. I work with husbands and wives, parents and teens, step-parents and stepkids, to resolve conflict and also to create great relationships. That's my main focus.
So what background did you have that kind of led you to this area?
I'm actually trained as a marriage and family therapist, and so but I've also been a teacher and a counselor, a school counselor, and as I went through working with families, I really liked the coaching model. I find it to be more proactive. It's also skills-based, really teaching people practical skills on how to make changes, and just applied it to families.
So you have had a number of clients that have come in recently with issues with their children going through transitions in school.
Right. Yeah.
Tell me a little bit about that.
Yeah, what we find is there's a lot of conflict around parents and kids and school. So we're talking about school and grades and homework. And it does create a lot of conflict. What I see pretty normally is that when kids get to be around the middle school, high school age, parents, obviously think the grades are pretty important. But we find at the same time that the kids now are less motivated and less focused around grades in school. They're more motivated around social things and Xbox and the iPods and all of those things. And so it's becoming a power struggle now in the home, a conflict for the kids just to get the homework done. Grades start to slip. Parents start to, be worried about it. So it creates now a relationship conflict.
I've also seen sleeping patterns change. My kids don't like to get up in the morning.
Right. Yeah, and that's the whole thing. There's this whole developmental issue around school and grades when kids get to hit, close to that tween. We call them tweens now, because the teenage year, adolescence, is actually starting earlier and earlier. So even around 5th, 6th grade, we're seeing this because there's so many changes going on, and the added pressures of school. Kids also, they have a lot more pressure during that time because now they went from grade school to maybe middle school, where they have more classes, more teachers, more homework. And so it becomes more stressful for them. They're trying to figure out who they are, if they fit in. I don't want to be weird. I want everybody to like me. And they're very, very, very self-conscious about everything, their clothes, how they look, their parents, all of that.
So as a parent, grades are still important.
Oh, yeah.
So how do I deal with this kid who wants to stay up late, doesn't want to do the homework, wants to get up late, doesn't want to go to school, wants to spend all day on the couch?
Right. And that's the thing. Parents still have to be the parent. They still have to be the one that says homework has to get done, all of those things. We don't abdicate that because our kids, crazy right now. But we do have to remember some things that I think are really important, is that there are certain skills that your kids need to know now that they have no clue about. We kind of just take it for granted that kids should know how to get up in enough time to get to school on time, right, or to plan enough time to get that paper done.
Now, as we take that into consideration, we still have the homework, we still have things we need to get done, and the more that we push those, the more we focus on the grades, I seem to be pushing myself further and further away from my child.
So what I do is I basically give some information to parents about what should be happening so they understand, first of all, what's going on. Secondly, how do they get around some of these power struggles? What are some strategies they can put in place? Very practical type of things. And then I work with the kids because remember, we've already had that power struggle probably for a little while between the parent and the child, and now the child doesn't want to listen to anything the parent has to say, right? Yep. And so we give them some of the skills, and that's all they needed. So I'm talking about skills like time management skills. These are things that we learn over the course of I don't know how many years. I don't think I really got it till maybe graduate school, right?
I'm still working on it.
Yeah, and we're talking 6th graders. You should know this stuff, right? Study skills. Kids are notoriously horrible at study skills. They have no clue. Study skills, time management, planning. Planning is huge. They're going to have to do that their whole lives. And now's the time to teach them that. How do you do the planning? So we take, if they have a project or something, and we take them to the beginning and we work backwards. Okay, so this is due here, and this is what we need to do, and step by step we show them how to do that. But I really want to make it about them solving their own problems. Because first of all, like we said, they're trying to be more independent now. So they don't want another adult just telling them what to do, right? Because then it's just going to be another thing that I hate. We make it about them, about their skills, their strengths, really moving towards that independence that they really want. And they really, really respond to it. They learn, within a few sessions, they're feeling a lot more confident. Parents are happy because they're being more successful, turning things in. One of the things I didn't talk about, but it's really important, is organization. So we give them some simple strategies, again, how to do that, how to organize things in a way that works for them.
Esther, if people want to find more information about this topic or how to get in touch with you at Real Families Coaching, where would they go?
Okay, first of all, website, of course. It's www.realfamiliescoaching.com. They can go there and fill out a form for a free consultation, so they can come in, talk to me, bring their child in, and there's no charge for that. We just want to kind of see if I could be helpful. I'm located right upstairs from Treehouse in the Glen. So, people are always welcome to stop on by. You can kind of look in and see if I'm there, and I'm not with a client. Come on in and talk to me. I love to meet parents and families here in Willow Glen. It's just been a wonderful place for me. It's just so family-oriented, and I really enjoy just meeting the people here in the community.
Well, thanks for making a difference in the community, and thank you for joining us here at Willow Glen in Motion.
Thank you.